Hello, Math 136 students. This video covers order of operations. As you can see up here at the top, I've typed up some information. You can read through that yourself. But we are going to be working with the acronym Pemdas. And a great way to remember this acronym is to use the mnemonic phrase, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." The P stands for parentheses. So we will be evaluating within parentheses first. Now, even though it's a P for parentheses, and really any grouping symbol, we're going to evaluate inside grouping symbols first. So for example, if you see brackets, we'll evaluate inside the brackets first. The E stands for exponents. So exponents come next after parentheses. The M stands for multiplication and the D stands for division. Now, even though the M appears first and the D appears after, multiplication and division have the same rank. We will perform multiplication and division from left to right. This is also true for addition and subtraction, which are our last two letters. We will perform addition and subtraction from left to right. Addition and subtraction have the same rank. Okay, so now that we've talked about our acronym here, PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, let's apply this and look at some examples. So number one here, we have 3 plus 8 times 2. And, you know, we're used to working from left to right when we're, or for example, when we're reading something, we read from left to right. But we don't always do our math from left to right. In this problem, the multiplication is going to come before the addition because multiplication and division are always performed before addition and subtraction. So first, I want to multiply the 8 and the 2. I get 16. And then I want to do the addition. 3 plus 16 is 19. So my final answer there is 19. Let's look at number 2 now. This one I actually pulled from Facebook. This was something that was posed, or a problem that was posed to the Facebook community. Maybe you saw it. And believe it or not, 74% of Facebook users got this incorrect. So let's see if we can do better than the Facebook community here. So looking at this problem here, the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the multiplication. I don't see parentheses, I don't see exponents, so now I'm jumping to multiplication and division. It's done from left to right. So we're going to multiply first here. Second, we're going to divide. You are welcome to do that in one step if you'd like. So I could say 7 minus, so 1 times 0 is 0, plus 3 divided by 3 is 1. So 7 minus 0 plus 1 is what I get when I perform the multiplication and division from left to right. Now we're going to perform the addition and subtraction from left to right. We're going to subtract first here. 7 minus 0 is 7. And then at the end here, we'll add 1. So the correct answer is 8. The most common incorrect answer from Facebook was 1. And that was the common error was just to do everything from left to right. So if you take 7 minus 1 to get 6, and then take 6 times 0, you get 0, plus 3, which is 3, and then 3 divided by 3 is 1. So the most common incorrect answer from Facebook was 1, and that would be performing the operations from left to right, which we don't want to do. We do want to perform multiplication and division from left to right, and addition and subtraction from left to right, but all the multiplication and division must be performed before the addition and subtraction. Okay, let's look at a couple more here. Number 3, I actually also pulled from Facebook. It was something posed to Facebook users. So let's see if, now this one I don't have the stats on how many got it incorrect or what percentage got it incorrect, but we're gonna use our order of operations to get the correct answer. So I have parentheses, and parentheses, the P is first, meaning that I always evaluate inside parentheses first. So I'm going to copy the 6 divided by 2, go ahead and add inside the parentheses, and 1 plus 2 is 3. Now for whatever reason, well, I probably know the reason, a lot of students then want to perform the multiplication next. They want to take 2 times 3, but that's not what order of operations tells us. The multiplication and division need to be done from left to right. So we want to do the division first. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then lastly, we want to perform the multiplication. So 3 times 3 is 9. So final answer here would be 9. Also just want to point out that you probably know this, but this operation here is multiplication. Even though we don't see a multiplication symbol, when we have a number followed by parentheses, it's assumed to be multiplication. Okay, let's look over here at number 4. So number 4, I have some parentheses, or a set of parentheses. So I want to first take 3 minus 8. 3 minus 8 is, ooh, I don't know why my equal sign, okay, hold on there. Sorry, got a little crazy there. All right, so I'm going to copy my 16 minus 3, and then 3 minus 8 is negative 5. So I went ahead and started with the parentheses. I have an exponent here. So exponents come after parentheses. So the next thing that I need to do is evaluate my exponent. When you square negative 5, you get 25. It's not negative. Squaring negative 5 is, if I write it up here, so if I want to square negative 5, it's the same thing as taking negative 5 times negative 5, which is a positive 25. So I get positive 25 there. Okay, next we perform our multiplication and division from left to right. This means we want to multiply first. So next would be 3 times 25. 3 times 25 is 75. Next operation will be the division. Multiplication and division always come before addition and subtraction. 75 divided by 5 is 15. And then the very last thing I do is subtract 15 from 16. Final answer here is 1. I have one more problem that I'd like to look at to finish off this video. It does involve some algebra. So far we haven't seen any variables, but we can still look at expressions that contain variables and talk about order of operations. So this is an algebra problem here. So I have brackets in this problem. And so we're going to start inside the brackets here. We also have parentheses. So we're going to start with the innermost grouping symbol here, or grouping symbols, which would be the parentheses. Now the 2x and the 3 are not like terms, so I can't actually add them. So I guess I'll then concentrate on everything here that's inside the brackets. So we need to take 6 minus the quantity 2x plus 3. Now, many of you know that if we're going to get rid of these parentheses here, that the 2x is going to become minus 2x. But we also need to change the sign of the 3. The 3 is inside the parentheses. When you have a subtraction symbol followed by parentheses, we need to think of that as distributing a -1. So if I want to get rid of the parentheses inside the brackets, this is what it's going to look like. All right. I always tell students if we only wanted to subtract 2x and we wanted to keep this a +3, then there would be no need for parentheses. So they wouldn't even draw the or they wouldn't even include the parentheses. So because the parentheses are included, it means we're going to distribute a -1. It is going to change the sign of that 3. It's now going to become -3. Now, before I go on here, I am going to combine like terms inside the brackets. And so I have 6 minus 3, which would be 3. So after combining like terms inside the brackets, we have 3 minus 2x. At this point, if you'd like, it's not necessary, but you could now change those brackets to parentheses if you would like. Up to you. The reason why they're brackets in the first place is because we had parentheses inside those brackets. So just kind of looks a little better instead of having 2 sets of parentheses. Next, since we cannot get rid of these parentheses completely because 3 and -2x are not like terms, we can't combine those. So we are going to continue with our order of operations, which means that we're going to multiply and divide from left to right. Now, there's no division in this problem, but there is multiplication. We have 5, and then we want to multiply the 5 times the quantity 3 minus 2x. To do this, we are going to distribute. 5 times 3 is 15, and also 5 times 2x is 10x. Except I'm going to do minus 10x since we've got subtraction inside the parentheses. And then the very last thing we want to do is add and subtract from left to right. Now, technically, this addition comes first. It's on the left here, but the 14x and the 15 are not like terms. So I do need to combine like terms. So 14x minus 10x would be 4x. And then I have plus 15. And again, these are not like terms, so this would be our final answer here. So I just wanted to throw in an example with variables as well to apply it to algebra. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope everyone has a great day.